And how many more of Hina's tears splashed on his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. Isn't some stereotypical fantasy worlds, tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins? No calcium in your bones? At least you have your meat.
Stop.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right? Yasuhiro Hagakura. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So
and with
in
that, the
other
case is
words-
solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Fumi. And then going so far as to hide their bodies. Criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is? Or Hiro is?
What is this?
If that's true, I can't forgive him. No way I can ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends. Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. We have to go through this one more time. Investigate! First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Ishimura, and Kiyotaka Ishimura. The cause of death for each was blow to the head. It is thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. There's no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened in the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe. There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko? Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here? Don't be rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question? You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
You can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it. So are you saying nobody worked together this time either? Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So
And we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. I gotta stretch before I get right into this. Okay, here we go. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. Wow. That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one blackened, an accomplice who wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you? As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible, but for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone as a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. What? I'm offended! Yeah! When did you... I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway there, you milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack? Why do I gotta be a suspect? Well, I mean, you are a serial killer. So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body. Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing. That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about. What the fuck?
let's see.
On another topic, we should post guard by the bodies like before. We can't have them disappearing again.
So,
Ian and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you?
It's all clear now.
Alright then, let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out... You can't just, like, even if somebody, like... You still gotta, like, investigate and shit. Like, even if he just wasn't there. Alright. He used 3 of these hammers. Spotless hammer. What else? You have anything interesting to add?
So,
It's about the repository. What is it? After Fumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we
but
came to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked? And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it, and why is it unlocked now? I wondered the same thing. The door was locked when the search for bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Is there anything else? They use a dolly to transport Hifumi's body. Yeah, wasn't this in the equipment room? I didn't see it in the equipment room. And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. There's blood on this wheel of the dolly that was moved to the equipment room to the repository. They're moving Taka's body. Fumi's body, big cold body's laying on the floor. His really big body. Justice Hammer 3. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus the way his body is right now. His glasses were covered. That's right. Now they're not. Hifumi's glasses. Is it the tarp? Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? There's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? Damn, I'm just... I was on a roll earlier. The door can only be locked from the inside, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed this door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so it can only be locked from the inside. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in and locked the door. And when they were gone, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims there is no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that's certain someone. Unless they were, like, already in here. Is there... Is there anything else? No, there isn't. Oh, I didn't talk to Sakura yet. There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it might be good to look back on everything that's happened.
so
Would you like my help? Oh, sweet. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but no one showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. Soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious guy. She was attacked by Robo Justice and was unconscious for about an hour after we found. That was when we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered the attacker was Robo Justice. It also became clear that Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costume to Silent. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something move at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the second floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had seen the suspect on the third floor. Hearing her screams, we made our way to the third floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream. And then he went off to the end of the hallway. And then... What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. So we split up. So the guy was probably already in the art room this entire time or whatever. Unless I'm just stupid. Celestina and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the third floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, you found Hifumi's dead body. Which is when we heard the body announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the third floor. But at the same time, we discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery play right after finding Taka. No, it didn't. That's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. As soon as we left at the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who had arrived to tell us something very unusual, which was that Hifumi's body had disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover where his corpse was, in fact, gone. And then his corpse was gone, and then we went back to the equipment room, only to find that Taka's corpse was also gone. Celeste had found the bodies, and we all ended up here, where we found both of them. And that brings us up to now. Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Byakuya, do you think Hyra really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attackers and murderers and disappearances all happened, every one of those had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said was, yeah, he said Hyra's name.
So in other words...
Then there is no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's a fool of a century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing is that bothers me. Why'd they bother killing two people?
What?
Because of the rule says... All the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing two people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out, which makes sense.
See.
Hold on, perhaps. I see, so that's what that means. Is everything okay? Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Oh, what's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might be able to have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked to me as if he'd figure something out. But if he did, would it have killed him and tell me what it was? What the fuck, dude? Okay, so nurse's office, equipment room. Alright, we're done with the repository. Those two are there. Alright, let's just teleport to there. And go into this equipment room. I'm assuming she's still genocide Jill, whatever. There's like tarp or whatever. What is this? Is that like a speaker? It's weird. I just noticed that. Is there really, like... Is there no security camera in this room also? No, there is. Some kind of tire marks going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly. Which means that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Okay. I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Is that it? Yeah, there's nothing else here. Alright, so now I gotta go first floor. First floor to see where Celeste is. Or she just so happens to be there. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. So what the fuck are you doing then? We gotta... I'm simply going around seeing if Hyrule might be hiding somewhere. But what about you? Oh, you know, just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body. How Hifumi was moved, huh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right? Correct.
Yes,
Tina was not
indeed.
feeling well, so I stayed behind and looked after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone? We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so. Celeste's account has been added to truth bullets. Is this where I could, like, set up my skills as well? Okay, so we have 8 things so far. What else is there to check out? Wait. The trash can? What's in the trash can? It's just a normal trash can. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Ah, but it's also covered in blood. That's it. That's Hifumi's cleaning cloth.
Huh?
Haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, well, it's definitely related to Hifumi because it's got a little anime girl on it. Because he was a little weeaboo. Justice Hammer number 3 is what he was used to kill him. Wasn't there? There was this. Is that a mini fridge? There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. Okay, so I'm done with both of these areas. I want to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting. You should go to Hyro's room. Oh, and let me give you this. This is the note Hyro wrote. You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression. Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Okay, so Yasuhiro's message. Alright, let's head over to Yasuhiro's room. I doubt it, like, because nobody's in their fucking room, like, ever. The only person I met in their room once was, like, Sayaka. And that was about it. Whose room is this? The Sakura's room, wow. Well, it's not like he could kill you. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room. He's got anal beads on the wall. Just a bathroom. Got some boxes. blueprints for something, and it's made out of cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Plastic and plaster? Plastic and plaster. Robo Justice. Have the arms bend like this. Anything else is bed? It's a normal bed, pretty much just like the one in my room. Didn't want to click on that. Is there nothing? There's nothing else. Makoto, big news, big news. What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news. Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hyro wearing the costume. Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the 2nd floor. Oh, so... Oh, man. Yo, everywhere I've been right now, I'm just calling it. They're probably having a showdown on the pool. He's just standing there. There's nobody gonna like... Kyoko and...
I mean...
Ooh, man, I've had the worst day. Hyro?
Huh?
Yeah, duh. Who else would I be?
Makoto?
That's a good question.
Huh?
What? Why do I look like this? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? I can't be like... I don't even know. Is he like stupid?
Right.
He's jammed into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and he woke up.
Don't be
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Wow.
There's something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind. More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know that people think she might be spying for the mastermind?
And?
First of all, Harry, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean,
I have no idea. One second I was asleep and don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up and there I was. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me to look at you. Huh? Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It's like one of those, like, things that... What? No way Hyro would be able to wear that costume. Hold on a sec. Don't bother trying to act incident. The blueprints were in your room as well. In other words, it was obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too. And it's obvious the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone was Hyro. Shall we tie him up and gag him? Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far. He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. You can't talk your way out of this. What the fuck, dude? You killed everybody. Unless, like, he was actually just asleep, he knocked out, and, like, he got framed or something. But then who else would it be? What killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hyro running around. You're the only one who could wear this costume. So who else would possibly be a costume attacker? How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it out for yourself before you convict me. Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Alright.
Huh. See? Look.
See how loose it is?
See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Hmm?
I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
When she says that he couldn't bend, that made me think about the dolly because it was like, it's pretty easy to use. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
You're absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Haru's body exactly. Then there's another costume. There must have been one that looks the same, but fits them. If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence. Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck? Who cares? Haru's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway. Which is how we know it was him. I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me? Alright, let's talk to Haru. If you don't mind, if you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people have been killed. Taka and Hifumi.
Just the worst.
I did not. My fucking mouse cursor, dude. Like,
How about that?
that's it. I know who did it. Okay, you may as well tell us. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego, right? Which means alter ego and or Chihiro must have done it. I see. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate? Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong. I know, that note. Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole that maybe we could use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. Last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and then for some reason I fell asleep. The real killer probably drugged me or something. Not a chance. No, hold on, he could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. Wait, really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. Secret passage, a chance to escape? Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Damn, Hina. Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket. Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck? Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before class trial begins. Why do I have to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. No, it's like I said. Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me. Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? Oh, you're right. I need to look for the second suit and that note. Feet, don't fail me now. I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was going to ask Toko, Genocide Jack, to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second? What I'm trying to wonder is that, like, because that note that we found in his room, couldn't we just check to see the handwriting for the blueprints for Robo-Justice? Because there were, like, little side notes and stuff.
It would seem...
Okay.
Why is that?
Will you tell me what happened? No. To reject me so simply. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Okay. Where?
Hey,
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine... Oh, my God.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know? They tell the truth far more easily than the living. Wouldn't
Hey.
you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway,
we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then show me where the bodies are. In the repository. Why are we on the second floor? Why don't we just go straight up to the third floor? What the... Whose idea? Who's that? Repository is right here. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies. The Monokuma fellow was right, they were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth, she was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Okay, so what's up? Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his left hand? You did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, you said you had a watch?
So
Take a look. It's broken. As you can see, the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
That's
But
right.
last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you, how long are you going to keep us waiting? That's right, he was looking at his watch.
In other words...
So if it worked at 10 last night, it could have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it just happened at 6 this morning.
However...
And that's not all, look at Taka's left hand. He seems to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto.
Rigor mortis has already been said, and boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. It was probably the note. Oh,
Hey,
is that
is that
it?
right?
What the fuck?
So then...
Okay, so we got a scrap of paper. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's body. Okay, he was killed using Justice Hammer 3. And his glasses were covered in blood, and now they were wiped.
Indeed. That's right.
Hidden?
Indeed.
In his pants. Wait, what the fuck?
Why is
Okay. It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't... What does that mean? Hey, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead and open it up. A note? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. That sounds very familiar. That's the same thing Hyro said.
However...
Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found the hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. What, this one say 6 a.m.? I told us this note said at 1 a.m. This one said 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it wasn't meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped. Oh, so... Okay, I think he's probably gonna be like... So he probably, like... Alter Ego left the note or whatever, and they were fighting over it, and it ripped.
then...
Alright. And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The 2 victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. Okay.
Is that
If you
right?
didn't have to think about them, I wouldn't have gone all out of my way. I said that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. They might be on a point where a handbook may play a role. Handbook might play a role, but if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Oh man, is that the nighttime bell or is it the
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, and I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to a proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right. Well,
Shall
we
we
better
go?
get going. Okay. Alright, so that's where I'm going to have to end it off, guys. Like I said, I was going to play up until I got to the class trial. That was almost like 3 hours worth of footage. Anyway, on the next episode of Danganronpa, we are going to figure out who was the actual killer, considering how Hyro says it wasn't him and all that jazz. And remember, if you enjoy the series, to make sure you leave a like, comment, rate, and subscribe for stuff, to leave feedback and all that good stuff. If you enjoy the series, it shows your support and all that. And if you really like my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. And I will see you guys next time. I will upload more of this as the summer goes along. We're almost done with the game. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace.